It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to another hour of the Real Talk with Judy show. We're so glad that you tuned in to join us once again for empowering, inspiring, motivating, and helping people, especially women and girls and men, to see that it is possible. Your vision, your dream, your hope, your everything is possible. And we are excited that you are here. And we want to help you accomplish. And if you can see it before you see it, then you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. But we thank you so very much for joining in with us. And that's Real Talk. I am Dr. Judy, the People Architect, and your Real Talk host for today. And I'm just so glad. Do me a favor. Go ahead and tag and share this. Get other people on, get other people to see this. This is going to be a very, I promise you, a very impactful show. And it's going to really help you see the possible and do the impossible, to know that you can do that. And so I want to welcome all of you who tuning in with me this beautiful Tuesday morning in Tallahassee, Florida. It's a gorgeous day here in Tallahassee. It really is. Sun is shining. It's not too hot right now, but it is nice out here. And today is Tuesday, September the 12th, 2023. And I want to thank you for joining me via radio, Hallelujah 95.3 FM, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the Hallelujah app. To all of you outside of Tallahassee, I am always thankful when you all join me. Even those in Tallahassee, I thank God so very much for you as well. So every Tuesday, I'm honored to have you, okay? But go ahead and tag everyone you know, email them, text them, whatever you have to do to get them on to join us today. Go ahead and do that while I say hello to my mama, Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, my mom, who's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And as you all know, she is the reason I am who I am. And she is still my trusted advisor and mentor. She is still here in the land of the living, and I give God praise for her every single day. I just ask you, if you would, to continue to keep her in prayer. Continue to keep her in prayer as God continues to give her strength every day. And I also thank God for my husband. And every week, those are going to be two that I give thanks for every single day: my mama and my husband. My husband is the reason I get to do what I do, and we thank God so very much for him. That is Superintendent Jerry Mandrell, the senior pastor of Life Changers Church of God in Christ, and to my amazing production team, led by our marketing director, Priscilla John Lewis. Thank God so very much for her. She's been serving for 7 years. And today I have rolling the big boss today is my baby sister, the boss, Carolyn Waddell. Thank you, Carolyn. She's rolling today. And thank God Priscilla have so many assistants. My baby sister and personal assistant, Carolyn, is rolling that. Again, to you, the audience, thank you once again for tuning in with me this fine Tuesday morning. And it is going to be a great day in the studio with you this morning. So I'm enthusiastic about your success and your fulfilling your God-given vision and your dreams. So today, our discussion is going to be, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. And the scripture I want to give to you today is Philippians, the fourth chapter, verse 13, Philippians 4 and 13. It said, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthen me. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthen me. I want you to think on some major goal you want. I want you to think on a big vision or dream that you have. And you might be working on one now or dreaming about something big. You may have experienced a lot of defeat and setbacks and discouragement, disappointment. Maybe, hello, auntie, hello. Maybe you just need a little fire underneath you, a little encouragement to get back in the game again. And so I want to, today's show is going to, I'm going to be your coach today. I'm going to give you a free 50 minutes coaching session. How about that? I'm going to give you a free 50 minutes coaching session on It's Possible. So you get and I think you should text somebody, email them, tag and share this if you would on your Facebook and Instagram and Twitter pages, because this is going to be absolutely phenomenal for them, and they will want to hear that. Okay, so there are winners and there are people who have not learned how to win. I got a third setting here, but I want you to hear this. There are winners, and then there are people who have not learned how to win. They don't know how to get off of it yet. Okay, kind of like those little kids you're trying to teach to ride a bike or to play, play baseball or something, and they haven't quite gotten it together yet. So, and all you need is some coaching, help, assistance, just a little support, some insight, or a different strategy, a different plan of action to make some adjustments that will open up the windows to a whole new future. Some people just need to be realigned, readjusted, right? When you're driving in your car and your car's doing like this, or wobbling a little bit, or pulling to one side when you're driving, you need to take it in so it can get readjusted or realigned. And I believe that that's where some are today. We just need to be realigned, or you need to get a new strategy, or you need to enhance the plan that you see, or the plan that you have. It's not that you're a failure, it's that you just need to be realigned. To those of you who are yet to begin, today's going to help you to see that it's possible. And that's what you got to see first. You got to see that it's possible. And so, and when you do this and you get the realignment and you begin to see that it's possible, it gives you access to the unlimited power that you have within yourself. God created us, God created us with such great potential. God created us with such power on the inside of us. And actually, it's Him, the God who created the very universe, who spoke to light and brought it forth and divided the water. Y'all, He lives on the inside of us. And it is He who wants us to be creative and make things happen. It is He that want things to happen. And so we want you to understand that something that will give you a personal significance to your life. Think about something you want. Think about that dream that you have. Think about it. And sometimes we don't do it, y'all, because we don't think it's possible, or we don't think that we're the one. But you are. And I want to use this day to encourage you, to empower you, to push you, to provoke you, to let's get this thing done. Okay, I don't want you to say you can't do it. I don't want you to say you can do it. I don't want you to say anything. But I want to help you take a mental leap. I want to help you take a mental leap into what's possible for you. Okay, it said it's possible. That's our thought for today. And so I want you to take a mental leap. And this is what I want you to say. I want you to say, it's possible. It's possible. That's what I want you to say. It's possible. It's possible. So I want you to write that in the comment section. Right? For those of you who are taking notes at your desk or listening in your car or wherever you are, I want you to write it in all caps. It's possible. It's possible. Saying it's possible keep you going even when you have setbacks. So you're not necessarily saying I can do it, but what you are saying, it is possible. That means that you can do it, right? That means that you have the wherewithal to do it. You might not have the money, you might not have the support or the belief from other people that you want right now, but you must say to yourself every day, all day, it is possible. It's possible. And also you must input this fact. You just got to keep speaking to yourself. Okay, you have to encourage yourself. You have to build it up. Thank you. You have to build it up. You have to make it happen. You have to believe that it's possible. Okay, you have to see it, y'all. And I often say you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. But you got to see this. It's possible. Okay, the third person in here that I want to talk, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but there are losers. You got winners. You got people who don't know how to win yet. They haven't come into the knowledge and understanding how to do that. That's why you have coaches. That's why you have teachers. That's why you have trainers. That's why you have people who've done it, who want to pour into you. Okay, but then there are losers. You have people who will not do it. You have people who make excuses why they aren't doing better. People who blame everyone else for their shortcomings. People who do not want to be disciplined. People who will not put the work with their faith and do it. Okay, you have those people, and I list them as losers. They don't have to be, but they choose to be. So you're either going to be a winner, you're going to be one of those persons who don't know quite yet how to win, but you're willing to learn. You're willing to get with people who can push you and provoke you. And sometimes, y'all, that's aggravating. That will aggravate you. That will anger you. That will make you upset. But it's necessary. Somebody right there, it's necessary. It is necessary. You have within you the capability to be a powerful man, woman, boy, or girl. But you got to put on that. It is possible. It's possible. This is how life really works for us. What we believe is possible is what manifests for us. What we believe is possible is what manifests for us. All that you have accomplished or have right now is a complication of everything in your life that you thought was possible. Everything that you have right now, everything that you see going on right now for you is a compound of everything that you thought was possible. Proverbs 23:7-8 say, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. In other words, what a person think is possible in his heart, so is he. If you think it's possible in your heart, then you make it happen. If you think it's possible, whatever you think about yourself in your heart is what comes to pass. If you keep saying that it's hard, it's going to be hard. If you say I can't do this, you're not going to be able to do it. But you got to look at it and say, oh, that's possible. Take a piece of board or take something in your hand and start imagining what that is and see what it can be. Your impossibilities become possible with God. Your impossibilities become possible with God. In Matthew, the 19th chapter, verses 16 to 30, I'm not going to go into detail in that. I want you to read it on your own so you can get this point. But Jesus was talking about rich people getting into heaven. Read it on your own time, and maybe we'll have a Bible discussion about that one day. But this is the point that Jesus made a remark to his disciples after he stated that it would be hard for a rich man to get into heaven. After he said it'll be hard for a rich man to get into heaven, he made this, Jesus beheld them, he saw them. And after his statement, after them, he said unto them, with men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. My sisters and brothers, there are some things that people will look at that you want to do, that you want to become, that you want to try, and they're going to say that that's impossible. And you know what? In and of yourself, it just might be. But with God, all things are possible. This is a great truth in general, that God is able to do that which quite exceeds all created power. God works outside of man's limitation. He works outside of man's vision. Do you hear me? You're holding back on your dream. You're holding back on your thought because you say, well, I can't read and I can't do this. Or enhance yourself, my sisters and brothers. See the possibilities that nothing is too hard for God. And neither is there anything too hard for you, because as I read, and I want this to be your scripture, one of your scriptures for life, That's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthen me. You have that. You can do everything through Christ that strengthen you. Excuse me. You can do that. You can make it happen. God is your helper. Matter of fact, he sent the Holy Ghost back, his spirit, to dwell in us, not on us, but in us, so he can help us do the impossible. Most people act out of their personal memory, things that you have done, heard, or seen. That's what a lot of people act out of, what you can remember. But I want you today, I want to suggest strongly to you that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself. I want to stress that to you. I want to suggest that to you, that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself, seeing yourself doing what you want to do, being who you want to be. Hey, Victoria and everybody who's on, Minister Howard and everyone, being who you want to be, having what you want to have. I want to see you. I want to suggest to you that you take the limitation off of your possibility in Christ through Christ Jesus. I want you to do that. I want to suggest to you that right now you take those blinders off. Okay? One of the problems, we're supposed to mark the perfect man. We're not to become that man that we're marking. We're not to become that woman, a person that we're marking. We're using them as an example. The Bible says, for the end of that man is peace. The perfect man, the mature man, the man being used not in the gender form of man, but in the Hebrew term as humankind, mankind in general. Okay, he said, but mark that man, mark that person. Okay, look at people who have accomplished things that they have set out to do and who are yet creating. Those are the people that you want to mark. Okay, you're looking to enhance your prayer life. Why would you attach yourself to someone who don't even like praying? Huh? Someone who read, you want to learn more about the Bible? Don't attach yourself to someone who don't even like reading the Bible. Okay, you want to be an entrepreneur or own your own business? Don't do that. Don't mock a person who don't even like to work. Don't do that. And can I help some people? Owning your own business ain't easy. You got to work harder. You got to work smarter. And you got to work 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years for some folks before you really start seeing an influx of profit. Okay, it takes a lot of work to own your own business, man. It takes a lot of work. People say, I'm gonna quit and start my business. Do y'all remember one day we had the people in here and they said that some things are supposed to be a hobby? You don't quit your job and start that because that's just a hobby that you have. You're not gonna be able to sustain yourself in using that as a business. Yeah, so many people. I read Facebook sometime and I see people start your business. If you're not faithful, hear me. If you're not faithful over that which pertains to another, you're not going to be faithful over your own business. You're not going to be faithful. If you can't help another succeed, hear me, you can't help another succeed. If you're not faithful at Village Inn, why would you go start a restaurant? And I'm just using Village Inn. If you're not faithful at Wendy's, why would you go start your own business? Who's going to open it up early in the morning? Who's going to work a waitress, host, and cook? Because sometimes in business, that's what you have to do. But you see that it's possible. You see that it's possible, right? You see that it's possible, and then you count up the cost. Okay, but this is what I want you to do. Stop operating, stop operating and out of your mind and start operating out of your imagination. Okay, and not your memory. Operate out of your imagination and not your memory. Your memory limits you. It's allergies. Your Carolyn. Your memory limits you. Okay, it limits you. But when you act out of your imagination, it opens it wide. There's more in your imagination that has not been released. Check this out. Your memory is the already released possibilities. Your memory is the already released possibility. Your memory is the already released possibility. Steve Harvey stated like this: imagination is everything. It's a preview to life coming attraction. Okay. Steve Harvey said that your imagination is everything. Hello there. He said that it's the preview to coming attractions. Everything you see in this world comes from someone's imagination. Everything you see comes from someone's imagination. We're flying because someone imagined it. We're on Zoom and Facebook, etc., because of someone's imagination. We're watching TV because someone's imagination. Your imagination is not some little hokey pocus thought. The danger, okay, listen to this. The danger about your imagination, the danger by talking about your possibility is you tell it to the wrong people. You tell it to the wrong people. When you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. It will shoot it down every time. You want to kill your big dream? Tell it to someone that don't see the possibility that you have. Tell it to someone who don't believe in you. Do that. They will shoot it down every time. Every time. Every time. So be careful who you tell your dreams to. But this is the thing. If you happen to tell it and they don't believe it, you just shout, it's possible. It's possible. You just shout that. It's possible. No? How many of you have had some wonderful ideas before? Stuff God gave you and you thought, man, this is it. You went to your friends and your family and you shared it with them and they shot it down. They shot it down. Steve Harvey stated they shot it down because they didn't see it. And he said, you know why they didn't see it? Because God didn't give it to them. He gave it to you. He put it in your imagination. He put it in your mind. He put it in your thoughts. There's some things, man, I would talk to you before and they shot it down or try to rearrange it. Do what God have given to you. Steve Harvey said if God wanted them to imagine it, he would have put it in their head. That's why people can't see it, y'all, because he didn't give it to them. But you keep that it's possible before you. Keep that it's possible before you, because it is possible. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And you're gonna have to keep imagining it. Okay? It's in your head. You got to see it. Write it on a piece of paper. Make it plain. So those who read it, Bishop Stewart said, can fund it. Okay? You got to have enough faith to believe that it could happen. It's possible. Through Christ, you can do all things, everything. Through Christ, you can do it all. Okay? Everything. You can do it, my sisters and brothers. You can do it. It's possible. Somebody put back in the chat again. Put on there, it's possible. Let's put that in there for me. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I want you, don't be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. Learning from failure can actually be key to your success. Okay, don't be afraid to fail. You might not do it right the first time. It might not turn out the way you want it to be. Okay, it may not turn out the way you want it to happen. And it's okay. Just do it again. Do it again. Maybe you used the wrong nail. Maybe you wrote the wrong thing. Maybe it just didn't happen just right. Maybe you didn't put the pieces together correctly. Just do it again. Okay? And this is what John Maxwell said. He wrote a book called Failing Forward. That's a good book to have by John Maxwell. Failing Forward. Failing Forward. And what that means, that a person embraces failing as stepping stone to future success. Okay? You're failing forward. That you have chosen to value every failure for the lessons learned and then apply those lessons in future efforts. Do you not know before the Wright brothers, and I forgot who it was, y'all, but it was somebody who lived down the street from the Wright brothers who tried to do the airplane before the Wright brothers did? Did y'all know that? It was somebody else before the Wright brothers who tried to do the plane before the Wright brothers. They failed and they got tired, so they didn't do it again. They didn't do it again. The Wright brothers failed many times before they were able to get the plane to fly. Then they was able to get it to fly, but it didn't stay in the air long enough. But look at us now, y'all. Look at us now. We could be in Africa, Scotland, the Caribbeans. We could fly from Tallahassee to Fort Lauderdale in an hour, Miami in an hour and 15 minutes. Look at us flying all over the world, because those men saw the possibility in what they were doing. They didn't allow, and matter of fact, I read that the other men came and told them that it wasn't going to work because they tried it. They told them it wasn't going to work because they tried it. Be careful of those who will come to tell you that what you're doing is not going to work because they tried it before. They tried it. Here's a good thing to ask them. What did you do? What did you do? And then perhaps you can consider maybe not doing it like that because it didn't work for them. Okay, maybe that's a possibility that you can do, but you got to understand everything that God has placed in you. My sisters and brothers, you got to learn that it's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. What is not okay is if you see it, right? Hear me. If you see it and you stop because of failure, no, learn from the lesson and do it again. Even if those efforts might result in another failure. Okay, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, all of those guys. Okay, look, I've learned to use failure as fuel for the growth in my business, in my relationships, and in myself. I've learned to use failure for those things because there has been time that I have literally failed. Not one time doing the same exact project, but every time I've gone back to do something different because that didn't work. That's not the way it is. I want to give you 5 top tips that I've learned over the years for failing forward. Because if you're going, you can't stop, y'all, when you see the possibilities. Okay, and I would like to suggest to you that you put "it's possible" somewhere. As a note to yourself. Put "it's possible" as a note to yourself. Put "it's possible." Put "it's possible." And I know it's an encouragement to you. Sometimes we'll walk around like I don't need the encouragement. You do, because we have these feelings sometimes like, oh, did I fail? And I was talking to one of my little mentees yesterday, and she thought maybe I failed, maybe I didn't do this, or maybe I'm like, no, okay. And it's not good to compare your. Can I help you? Like, for instance, we've been in ministry now for over 25 years. If you're 2 years old, why would you compare yourself to life changers? Okay, we're still looking for help and mentors and trying to make it right. And it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. But this is tip number 1: have no regrets. If you fail, have no regrets. Have no regrets. Life is too short to live with regrets. Okay, so if you fail, have no regrets. Life is too short. We will all die one day. And wouldn't it be a great tragedy for all of your best ideas to die with you? Miles Monroe, I believe it was, stated that the richest place in the world is the graveyard. You know why? Because we got so many unwritten books. We got so many. Oh man, we got so many unwritten songs. So many what you call it, inventions that have not been done yet. We got so many ideas in the earth because people was afraid to try it. Okay, so I want you to value each day and be determined to make every second count. Go after what you want. Take risks. Calculate it, of course. Okay. And I know I keep saying that because some people just go out there. God told me to do this. Count up the cost. What is it going to cost you? What is going to be? Can you afford it? Okay. Can you afford it? Are you going to be able to hold your business up for 5 years if nobody give you a dime? Are you going to be able to do that? And you still got rent. You still got your house bills. You still got, count up the cost. Count up the cost. Be aware that with every risk could come failure. But without great risk, there is no reward. All right? So, but don't regret your movements, and you can keep that it's possible there. Number two, accept reality. Accept reality. The hardest part of failure can be admitting to yourself that you have failed. That's the hardest part of failure. Admitting to yourself that you have failed. This is what I've learned. Acceptance make it easier to move forward. Discover what will be next. When you fail and you accept that, it helps you move forward. But if you keep saying, I didn't fail, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to move. You're just going to sit there and wallow in the fact or not accept the fact that you failed. Okay, number three, don't be a victim, be a strategist. Don't be a victim, be a strategist. When you try something and it doesn't work, it can be so easy to wring your hands and adopt a woe is me attitude. But that won't help you move forward. You have to correct your strategy. That's all. You just got to correct your strategy. Examine where you went wrong and get system in place to prevent those errors from occurring again. Okay? You got to strategize. You got to see how to make this work. You got to see how to make this happen. It's possible. It's possible. Okay? Have an advisory group or board to provide input on your strategy. Have an advisory board. The Bible states in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. You know why? Because people can see certain avenues of what you're doing and be able to make it plain, be able to say exactly what you're doing. You know, I have several things on the fire, but y'all know what? They're all doing the same thing. I serve people. Okay? I serve people. People are my lifeline. That's who I serve. Everything I do, I serve people. Real Talk with Judy show, pastoring with my husband, our daycare, our sister girls, our Dream Builder Family Affairs. All of those serve my Leadership Academy. All of those serve people. All of those serve people. Okay? So get you a board and let them give input on your strategy. And here it is, spend at least 10 hours a week fine-tuning your strategy. 10 hours a week. So you got 7 days. You got 7 days in a week, right? So find out how you can do that. Find out how you can spend that time working on your craft and look at what is. And if it's not what you want, revamp. If what's happening is not what you want, revamp. Okay, so you have to sit down and revamp. I'm telling you, this is some good stuff today. Yeah. When I share this right here, this is a $500 presentation for those who don't have a big budget. Those with a larger budget, it's a $1,200, $1,500 presentation, and I've gotten paid. I gotten paid for that. Why? Because I perfected my craft. Okay, I failed before I perfected, but I perfected. This hour right here, I've been paid $1,500 for this. 2 times I got $2,500 for an hour because they know that it's worth it. They know that it's worth it. I got some more stuff in the making. And so I get to tell you how to do this stuff because I've done it and I'm doing it. Okay? Number 4, be focused. Be focused. There will be no next or new things if I didn't learn how to prioritize things that are important to me. Okay, so this is what I want to help you. So those things that might be number 1 to me might not be number 1 to you. So focus and prioritize based on you. Focus and prioritize based on you. Focus on the most important aspects of life for you. For me, it's God, my family, church. I might go after God. I'm somewhere up there so I can take care of me, so I can take care of my church and my family. Okay? Health, health is becoming very important to me. And focus on getting those managed well, because when that is done, everything else naturally falls into place. When you can prioritize what's important to you, when you can prioritize that, then you can get everything else in your life in focus. Okay, there is a possibility on the inside of you that's just waiting for you to come forth. There's a possibility that's just waiting for you to come forth. Okay, that possibility, it's possible. Can I tell you something? Even on the inside of you, it's bubbling. When I was pregnant, that little girl was moving around in my stomach so fast. I mean, she was moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. I'm like, what in the world is that? It was fun, but it was good, but it was moving. And I believe that's how God does our dream. And your possibilities is moving around in your mind, in your spirit. You think about it. You can't get it out because it's possible. I know it looked hard. It looked hard for you. It looked hard for you. But do this. Approach every day as a school day. Okay, approach every day as a school day. One of the things that I do with my mentees when I coach them, I tell them fail forward and fail fast, and every day will be a school day. Fail forward and fail fast, and every day will be a school day. What did that mean? There is always a lesson to be had, and failure is one of our greatest teachers, especially if we apply the things that we learn from it. You know why some people stay in first grade like 2 years? Because they don't get it. They don't get it. Okay, they don't get it. And so when you have to go back and repeat it, then you have to give it to them, but use it as use your failure like a school day. You have to be open to every experience as an opportunity to learn something new. I want to learn something new every day. I look to learn something new. When I'm in conversation with people, I want to learn something. I want them to pour and teach me something. You understand what I'm saying? And the faster and the harder you fail, the less and less afraid you become of it, because you have come out on the other side of it and are usually stronger and better equipped for it. So the more you fail, you become used to it, because this is what you notice. You came out on the other side much better than before you fell. So you came out on the other side, right? Right? You came out on the other side. And so you learned that it was okay to fail. It's not going to kill you unless you don't learn from it, right? Make that dream. It's possible. I need you to put it up somewhere. It's possible. So you're going to aspire to the heights, and man, let's see. We got some good role models. We got some good role models. Good role models. Thank you. Good role models. We got some people, and I think everybody that you look at who have any ounce of success will share with you that how many times they have fallen, how many times they have failed, okay? How many times they have learned to do things differently. And sometimes we see the finished product. You ever had um, um, uh, a color hair, and your beautician mixed all this color, but it's the most beautiful hair. That color is so pretty. And when you ask them, say, what color is that? They're like, I don't know, it's a mixture. But it's the prettiest hair. It's the prettiest hair. I don't know what it is. It's a mixture. The beautician just tries things, just tries stuff. But the hair is that color. It's magnificent, right? My sisters and brothers, you got to see that the possibility that you have as you mix it and mix it, that the possibility and what it produces is beautiful. It is beautiful. I hope you're feeling this. It's beautiful. Get you a vision board. Get you a vision. We're not going away from boards now. We have vision boards, a vision notebook, a vision tablet, vision words. Speak to yourself. Record. Oh yes, record your voice. Record you talking to yourself about what you're doing. Record it. Record it. Okay, because I see you in the future, and you look so much better because you're doing what you saw was possible. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And those who are listening, who are not from Tallahassee, I want you to do this. Make you a list of people that you want to aspire to the heights of what they're doing. Not how they're doing it, but you want to get to that level. You want to get to that height. Yeah, you want to get there. On my vision board, I am speaking to I think that crowd, I think it's like 58,650 people. That's on my vision board. And y'all, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. On my vision board, I have a picture of Oprah, and I have me with my microphone because I'm going to interview her, on my show. And I don't know if it's going to be on TV or the radio, but I got a TV and I have a radio because I don't know which one is going to be on, but it's going to be. Do you understand that? Those are people, just to have that, just to do that. I wish I could see Angela Davis before she died. In my 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th, from 6th to 12th grade, I admired her. Man, her number one, her IQ was, I think, 180 or 190 something. Because I love people who can challenge my intellect. That you have to be able to challenge my intellect. And people who can do that, man, I love talking with them because they're going to challenge it. And I'm not saying that you have to have a PhD either. You just got to be able to challenge my intellect. So if you're going to aspire to the heights of the likes of Barack Obama, and this is what I want you to do now, whatever city you live in, make your list. Make your list. So I have Barack Obama, Kamala Harris. That's our vice president, right? Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Irma Wesley, Sheriff Walt McNeil, Gerald Mandrell, Reverend Holmes, Grant James, Michael Huggins, Dr. D, Diane William Cox, Doc D, Diane William Cox, Anita Favor, Darrell Jones, Sean Pittman, Danette McBride, LaShawn Gordon, Tanya Powell, Cynthia Holden, Carol Waddell. Y'all might know some of these names. Carolyn Waddell, Doug Waddell, Marcella Torres, Kaylin John Louis, Priscilla John Lewis, Sylvester Wesley, Veronica Wesley, Henry Hunter, Matik Akbar, Attorney Akbar, Adna Marcelin, Jerry Matlow, Otis Young, Curtis Richardson, Nina Richardson, Cynthia Barber, Terrence Barber, Lisa Brown, Keith Rogers, Quinn Marshall, Otis Young, Tiffany Baker, Thaddeus Bruce, Tanya Baker, Darian Davis, Christy Henry, Sika Green, Tamir Brentson, Talithia Elwood, Nicole Everett, Jenny Clare, Warren K, and the list goes on and on. Tawanda Davis, the list goes on and on. You might as well prepare yourself for some turbulence because it's the lesson you learn from failing that are going to prepare you for the success you seek. And no matter what, you make sure that you keep it's possible before you. You make sure you do that. I made a long list, and I had about 100 people, but I'm not going to call out 100 people's name because y'all is good up here. It's good up here. You know, I'm just thinking Carolyn Cummins, Bill Proctor. Man, these people are making some smart move on here. Curtis Richards, I said him then. Yeah, there's some church. All of our school principals, man, there's some good people on here. Some good people on here. There's some good people in Tallahassee. There's some good people in the city that you live. Wherever you live, there's some good people. But I want you to understand. I want you to keep it's possible everywhere. No matter what, keep it's possible. Put your sign up. Make it real to you. And you got to know it's possible. You can do it. You really can. You can do it through Christ who strengthens you. You can do this. You can make this happen. You can make this happen. There's no reason why you can't do this. One of the brothers at my church came to me Sunday after church, and he said, Pastor Judy, I just want to say this to you. If you put as much energy as you do in serving life changers and serving this community and doing everything that you're doing for so many people into writing your book, you'll be through by October. Bam, there it was. There's what. There it is. I participated with the Black on Black rhyme to get all of that poured into me Thursday night, and we stayed there. We asked questions, and Keith Rogers and Kimmy Johnson, they poured into us. So many people that already written books and all this kind of stuff. You got to say it's possible. And as I end this, just want you to know if one person has done it, you can do it. Mount Everett. Les Brown told about how they thought it was impossible for somebody to climb it because 20 and one man did it. And guess what? Since that time, over 20,000 people have climbed Mount Everett. You know why? Because that first man said it was possible. So I sit here today, I speak into your spirit. I want you to know your dream, your vision, whatever you see, it's possible. It is possible. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And if you run into anybody who tell you that it's not possible, don't talk to them about that anymore. Make your conversation small, okay? But when you find someone who will put in, and I just want to say this before I end. I know sometimes we say that we don't need people. Yeah, we do. We need people. We do. Jesus himself needed people. He didn't come here on this earth doing nothing by himself. Jesus didn't do anything by himself except down that cross for us. Okay? He had to do that by himself. But I want y'all to be encouraged. Pick that thing back up. Do it again. Re-strategize. Work it, tweak it. Work it out. Plan it out. Go make it happen. All those names I call is hundreds and more. Contact somebody. Let them speak life into you. Okay? That's what I did today. I spoke life into you. So go make this thing happen. And then show me what you've done. Because I see you in the future. And you doing it, girl. You doing it, man. Boy, you doing it. Yeah, you're doing this thing. Yes. So make it happen. I want to say happy birthday to everybody who's having a birthday. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I thank you. This has been a plum pleasing moment to serve you. Join me tonight at 7:30 in our Bible study. We look forward to seeing you again. My husband is going to teach, and I'm enjoying y'all visiting us on Tuesday night. Everybody else, y'all just come on, ask questions, give your input. It's going to be great for you. And then join us again Sunday morning at 11:30. at 11 a.m. for our in-person Sunday worship. That concludes another great day of imparting into you life, faith, and hope. You know why? Because I see you in the future. And guess what? It's still possible. That's Real Talk.